My people of Uganda, my good people of Uganda, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing good. I have this few message for you guys. It's very sad that we have seen what is going on in Uganda, and we have seen how Ugandans have been subjected into inhuman condition. Some of them are being thrown inside jail just because they came out to demand for accountability. Some of them are being beaten. Some of them are being killed by the security agencies that are meant to protect their lives. You know, this is the act of tyranny. You know, this is one of the reasons why I keep saying, if truly AFRICOM is working, AFRICOM is fighting for, you know, tyranny in Africa, like what they said in Burkina Faso, they should have started that, you know, fight in Uganda, because what happened in Uganda in 2019 during the election, the last election, was totally unacceptable, was totally inhuman, where most of the oppositions were being thrown inside jail. Some of them were being beaten. Some of them were killed. I know of Bobi Wine's followers, you know, that were killed in cold blood, and nothing happened. There's no accountability. No human rights is demanding for accountability. No United Nations watching all these things happening. Even to the extent, the election day, Museveni, you know, surrounded Bobi Wine's house and hold him on house arrest for no reason, for no just cause, just because he wanted to rig the election, and he successfully rigged the election while we were having observers from ECOWAS, from African Union, from European Union, from United Nations. All observers were present on that election. They saw the inhuman condition Museveni subjected his people into, killing his own people, arresting his own people for no just cause, you know, throwing them inside jail for no just cause, just because of his own selfish interest and selfish gain. One man that have held Uganda for ransom for 40 something years. There is no single tangible development in Uganda. There is nothing Museveni will raise hand and say, this is what I did for the people of Uganda for 40 years, and they have been holding this country ransom. You can't even provide basic amenities. You can't even provide good roads. Look at how Uganda looks like. One of the poorest country on earth. And Uganda is a country that is rich in mineral resources. Where are the mineral resources? What are they doing with the money? There is no good hospitals in Uganda. There is no good schools in Uganda. There is no quality education. There is nothing. Absolutely. And you are holding the country ransom for 40-something years. Now I have a question for Museveni. What is the difference between Museveni and Idi Amin of Uganda? They are all the same. The same tyranny. Ugandan people have gone through a lot when it comes to leadership. And this time around, I am rallying around them. I'll be promoting Bobi Wine. I'll be campaigning for him with my platform, because Uganda deserves that change. And Ugandans must have that change that they desire. It is long overdue. It is becoming too much. I don't know what is wrong with African leaders. The one that enters power will never want to leave power anymore. The one that enters power wants to change the constitution to remain in power for the rest of his life. This is uncalled for. Uganda have been suffering in nepotism. A man on his own that you know brought his own son and made his own son, biological son, chief of army staff, and still brag on top of it that he will use his son to replace himself. And he's doing it now. And the whole world is on mute. The whole world is quiet. This is one of the reasons why when I say that ECOWAS and African Union are the most corrupt institution, people start doubting me. I'm telling you the gospel truth. ECOWAS is useless. African Union is useless. They are all a recycled bunch of criminals that have no value. They have no respect for humanity in Africa. All they care is about their own interests, their own selfish interests and selfish gain. That is one of the reasons why all the ECOWAS leaders and African Union leaders ask me, tell me one of them, their children are living in Africa. Tell me one single of them. They send their children outside Africa and come down to Africa to play politics with the lives of African citizens. This is uncalled for. In 2025, in 2026, 2025, we will resist them with everything inside us. That is one of the reasons why I keep calling on every African, stand your ground. It is time for us to reclaim our continent. Africa is sinking. This is the best time to reclaim this continent back. Museveni have subjected his people into abject poverty, have killed his own people, maimed his own people, arrest them for no just cause. People that came out to demand for accountability, you arrest them, you throw them inside jail. That is crime against humanity. And that is act of tyranny. And the whole world is on mute. And we have AFRICOM that is here. They said they are here to help us to uphold law and order. They do nothing about this. They saw exactly what played out in Uganda in 2019. How Museveni rigged the election, declared himself winner. How Bobi Wine was under house arrest for no just cause. How opposition members were thrown inside jail. How their other party political supporters that were being beaten and killed for no just cause. There is no accountability. There is no arrest. There is no prosecution. And I keep asking question: what is the job of International Criminal Court? If Museveni will not be brought to book, if the killers of those members of Bobi Wine's party were not brought to book, those security agencies were not brought to book in 2019, what is the job of criminal justice, international criminal justice? There is no job. These are a bunch of criminals. These are a bunch of charlatans that are surviving in the expense of the poor citizens. And I keep repeating the question: name one African leader. Name one African leader that all of their children, all their relatives are living in Africa. None. All they do is when they come to Africa, they embezzle from Africa, go to America, because America is their safe haven. UK is their safe haven. Switzerland is their safe haven. They will run there and buy mansions, send their children there, and come down to Africa to play politics with the lives of innocent citizens. Enough is enough. Museveni, your time is up. People like Museveni, Biya of Cameroon, what's the name? The one from Tanzania, this woman from Tanzania, a chronic tyrant from Tanzania, a woman for that matter. All these guys, we are tired of them. We need a leader that wants the best for their people. We need a leader that will stand for their people. We need a leader that will stand and defend, the humanity. We need a leader that will fight for their people, not people that will come to enrich themselves, gather wealth for their generations to come. May God help Africa. May God save Africa. Thank you very much, and see you guys in the next one.